You're lucky you get interviewed.
Oh, really? There's an interview happening.
So your name is?
John Krajnak. I'm the director of marketing.
I would say your name, but I don't know how to pronounce your last
It's tricky.
name.
It is. It doesn't look like Krajnak at all, but that's it.
So how long have you been working at the park?
Just about 20 years.
Can you explain your job of marketing and?
Sure. Director of marketing, I oversee the group sales efforts, the promotions efforts, and the public relations efforts. It's everything that is bringing attendance to the park.
So this year I know new was the front gate and like off to the side the new ticket sales.
Yep.
How long did it take to like plan it, think it through, what you wanted to do with
it? Came together in the budget process last year, and we borrowed some ideas from some of our sister parks and some of the other parks out in the business and the industry. And our director of operations, Damian Nelson, he kind of crafted the plan, put it together, and most of the construction on that project, the front gate efforts, happened really close to opening. It was not until we were kind of out of winter and the cold, and it was quick turnaround, taking out the ticket booths. That demolition didn't start until around March. And then, so it was March through the end of April when the bulk of that project took place up at the front gate and the whole conversion.
Have you guys ever thought of expanding or relocating the season pass processing center to attract the amount of people who buy your season passes every year?
Sure. It's been a consideration. Not a lot of places in the park. There's one place toward the back of the park that we thought of, but we were really compelled to keep it up toward the front. We didn't want to have a lot of guests come in. It's the first thing they want to do. So we have it closer to the front of the park, situated that way, so when guests can enter, they can go in, take care of their season pass right when they arrive, and then enjoy the park the rest of the day, as opposed to making them travel through the park or putting it somewhere. We've got a 37-year history with processing being in that place, so to kind of change that a little bit, there's some trepidation in that regard. It's kind of our best case scenario at this time.
Now, since Raging Cajun is being removed, will you guys consider that area for being used as something?
That's a thought. I think it's going to be an opportunity for future expansion for next year. I don't know what is going to go there right now. They're still kind of in conversation as to what's going to fill in that spot, but it's certainly an opportunity. Being landlocked, it's kind of something comes out for something to go in, much like Iron Wolf making way for Goliath here. So we'll have that space as an opportunity for future expansion.
Will we ever see a Ferris wheel coming back to the park?
That has absolutely been in conversation. I think it's one of the elements at a classic theme park like this that is missing, that we do not have. So I think that we continue to explore all those options, but absolutely the Ferris wheel has been part of our conversations.
Okay, can I put in a suggestion for a location?
Sure.
Have you guys ever thought that lake between, like, if there's like an open space along that lake, like in Yukon, have you guys ever considered putting something over there?
That's a thought. I mean, that's an interesting thought, for sure. If we do a Ferris wheel specifically, it would be something to add to the skyline. So we definitely want to have that being in a spot that would be as visible as possible, maybe even from the highway or something. But, we've got to be real strategic about every opportunity that we have, considering the confines of our location here. So.
When you guys put in Hurricane Harbor, how long did that planning take?
Wow, that I think that had been planned for probably since before I started here. I think that had been in the works for well over 10 years. There was conversation about doing it on the other side of I-94 where we own some land. They changed that plan and put it where we wanted it to be adjacent to the park and be part of the Six Flags experience with one gate. And so the conversation had been going on for over a decade prior to that. But it was I'd say about a year and a half to 2 years since the decision to attach it to the theme park to its coming to life in 2005.
Okay, will we ever see the theme park expanded like more that way, or is this the biggest it'll get?
I think this is the biggest it'll get. I mean, landlocked right now. We don't own any other property adjacent. Most of the other property that we have that's undeveloped is parking lot right now. A little bit for some just a buffer between some residencies and our property, but there's not much by way of usable theme park land. We're kind of where we're at right now. So.
Okay. Can you explain, besides the front gate, like some other minor or major things that went into the park besides Ignite and the front gate?
Ignite, the front gate, those are two of our biggest projects. The backwards rides this year were fantastic. There was a bit of a capital investment to have the chassis built to run Batman backwards. Viper and Eel are a little bit more manageable in-house, but we did have to have new chassis built for Batman, and we used B&M, and we leaned on them and contracted them to redesign and build these new chassis for us to run Batman backwards. And JB's Barbecue. That was a great new addition to the park. It's been really popular. That was the old Crazy Buffalo. That is now JB's Barbecue and sports bar, and it's got the TVs and great setup out there. I guess I really enjoyed that this year.
I know the Chubasco building, half is the ride, half is like a sitting area. Will we ever see that area converted into like a ride or a like little theater?
I guess I'd never say never. You know, having an opportunity in what was that?
Nothing. I just gave you some bunny ears.
Oh, cool.
We already gave Costude a fun interview, so we thought we'd make yours.
Oh, cool. All fun then. This is a fun place. So it's a usable piece of land right in the middle of that area. So again, it's never say never. Nothing that's been in considerations immediately, but never say never.
Have you guys ever considered removing Revolution for a Great American Skyscraper?
Not currently. You know, that ride still does pretty well for us. You know, it's sitting right in the middle of the games gallery right there, but it's popular. You know, people enjoy that ride. It's kind of it's a flat ride, but it's a thrill ride. It can be pretty intense. So.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.